The ship that leaked oil into pristine Mauritian waters could break in two. That would be an environmental catastrophe. News update by Helen Regan, CNN. Thousands more tons of oil from stricken ship could spill into ocean, experts fear. Click the link to read the related article and watch the video coverage. A stricken ship off the coast of Mauritius which has already leaked about 1,000 metric tons of oil into a pristine Indian Ocean lagoon could be about to break in two, experts fear, spelling disaster for the ecologically rich area. The Japanese-owned ship, MV Wakashio, ran aground at Point Desny in late July. A massive cleanup operation has been launched from the shore since oil began leaking on Thursday, with thousands of local volunteers heading to the eastern side of the island nation to help. However, some on the ground said Tuesday that new cracks had appeared, and if the ship broke up, thousands more tons of fuel would be released into the lagoon. The way the leakage and the break in the ship are increasing, there is huge probability that this ship will break into two. And we still have around 2,500 metric tons of fuel on the tanks of the ship, said Sunil Dawarkasing, a former strategist for Greenpeace International and former Member of Parliament in Mauritius. Dawarkasing said the ship has 3 oil tanks, one of which had leaked into the ocean. That leak has since stopped, and an operation is now underway, utilizing a tanker and salvage teams, to remove the oil from the other tanks before the ship breaks up. That's the immediate danger facing us, Dawarkasing said. The weather was good yesterday and seems to be today, which is an advantage. On Friday, Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth declared a state of environmental emergency, with the country's environment minister, Kavi Romano, saying, "We are in a situation of environmental crisis. Ecological disaster. The spill is close to 2 environmentally protected marine ecosystems and the Blue Bay Marine Park Reserve. Nearby are a number of popular tourist beaches and mangrove plantations." Vikash Tataya, conservation director of the Mauritian Wildlife Foundation, said teams have been working to save the many different species of plants and wildlife from a nearby island, Île aux Aigrettes. "We actually removed thousands of plants that were in the nursery and we have moved fruit bats that were captive on the island. We've also taken off a small number of threatened birds," Tataya said Tuesday. The oil has seeped into Mahaborg Lagoon, a scenic spot known for its turquoise waters. Rejuvenation efforts have been ongoing in this area since 2001, when the government banned sand extraction from the lagoon. Dawarkasing said marine life had returned and corals were slowly growing before the spill. "With this oil spill we may lose that again," he said. "There will be mass damage to the marine ecosystem." Conservationists at the scene say it is too early to assess the extent of environmental damage and want the government to conduct proper assessments. Concerns are also growing for the thousands of local people whose livelihoods will be impacted by the spill. The island relies heavily on fishing and tourism, and was already affected by the coronavirus pandemic, putting a halt to international travel. "People are furious that this has happened," said Tataya. "Thousands and thousands of people who work in tourism will be badly affected by this reek." On Saturday, French President Emmanuel Macron said France was deploying teams and equipment from the nearby island of Réunion in response. Japan's foreign ministry also said a 6-member team from Japan Disaster Relief had also been dispatched to help with the response, upon the request of the Mauritian government. The ship, the MV Wakashio, is a cargo ship operated by Japanese company Mitsui OSK Lines. It was on its way from China to Brazil when it ran aground on the reef on July 25. Last Thursday, the ship began leaking oil into the ocean. Due to the bad weather and constant pounding over the past few days, the starboard side bunker tank of the vessel has been breached and an amount of fuel oil has escaped into the sea, the ship's owners Nagashiki Shipping said in a statement to the operator Mitsui OSK Lines on Friday. The company said it had contracted a specialist oil response and salvage team to work with Mauritian authorities. Nagashiki Shipping takes its environmental responsibilities extremely seriously and will take every effort with partner agencies and contractors to protect the marine environment and prevent further pollution, the statement said. In an updated statement on Tuesday, Mitsui OSK Lines said about 1,180 metric tons of oil had leaked from the vessel's fuel tank, with about 460 tons manually recovered from the sea and coast. The ship was carrying about 3,800 tons of very low sulfur fuel oil and 200 tons of diesel oil, according to the operator. Mitsui OSK Lines on Tuesday confirmed that the crack inside the hull of the ship had expanded, adding, "Since this ship is unable to navigate by itself, it is moored to a tugboat so that it will not drift even if it is broken." On Sunday, Akihiko Ono, executive vice president of Mitsui OSK Lines, apologized for the accident and the environmental damage. CNN's Zara Joffrey, Kaori Enjoji, Yoko Wakatsuki and Akanksha Sharma contributed to reporting. Click the link to read the related article and watch the video coverage.